Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to you all. Today in the grade 8 in the subject physics, we are going to continue our lesson from the page 299 and page 300. From these pages we are going to continue our lesson from the chapter 36, that is electromagnetic induction. Here in this chapter we are having some learning objectives, that is the AC generators. What the AC generators are, that we are going to study here. Now here furthermore we are going to talk about the practical generators, voltage output of AC generator, and lastly we are going to talk about the peak value and effective value of the AC generators. Now let's talk about the voltage output of an AC generator. We are going to make a graph of voltage output against the time for a simple AC generator, where we are going to see about when the coil is horizontal, the rate at which the coil cuts the magnetic lines of force is the greatest, that is the induced EMF is maximum, and when the coil is vertical, the rate at which the coil cuts the magnetic lines of force is the least, that is the induced EMF is minimum. That we are going to see here. We are going to look into the graph now. This is the graph which is showing you the crest and troughs here. We can see that from the point from here till here is the one cycle of this current flow, that which we are showing here. Now let's talk about EMF. This graph is for the EMF versus time in seconds. So now we are if you talk about this point from here, this half the crest, and we can say that it is T half, and this is another half, that we can say that when it is from here to here, it is the one cycle. Now how this we can measure the speed of rotation? If the speed of the rotation of the coil is doubled, both the frequency of the alternating current and the rate of the cutting of the magnetic lines of the force will be doubled. Hence the maximum output voltage is doubled. And here you can see with this diagram, here it is being doubled. And now here furthermore, if you talk about the peak value, what the peak value and the effective value here in this, the peak voltage occurs only for a moment, and it is effective when we are talking about the effective value is the equivalent to steady direct current, and gives the same heating effect in an electric fire. So when the number of turn of the coil is double, both the frequency of the output voltage is the same, although its maximum output voltage is double. So this is what we are going to talk about, the peak value. And now furthermore, here we can see this diagram where you can see the this blue colored line, blue colored graph of the line which is showing you the original output voltage, whereas the new output voltage is shown with the red lines. So this is what we are going to see, that is about the double of the voltage. We can see with the red line graph here. So this is what we are talking about, the voltage output with respect to the graphical representation, how we can show this and how we can find out the peak value as well as the effective value. As I told you, the peak value is the voltage occurs only for a moment. Peak value is the voltage occurs for only moment, that is the peak. This is the peak of, here we can see that this is the peak. So this is the peak value for the moment of time. This is the peak value for the moment of time, whereas the effective value is the value which is equivalent to a steady direct current and gives the same heating effect in a electric fire. So this is what we have seen with this diagrammatic representation. Now here the practical generators in motor, electrical energy is used to rotate the coil to provide the mechanical energy, and in generators particularly mechanical energy is used to rotate the coil to produce the electrical energy. And hence now here we can see the power stations use generators to supply the needed electrical energy, whereas a generator can be described as an electromagnetic device which converts the mechanical energy to electrical energy. So this is what we can say for the generators. Now here at last we are going to conclude here about the generators. In conclusion, the induced EMF of a generator can be increased by the following ways. So what are the ways by which we can increase the induced EMF? And the ways are here: increasing the speed of rotation. Increasing the speed of rotation of the coil, we can increase the induced EMF. Increasing the number of turns in the coil, we can increase the induced EMF. And also by winding the coil on a soft iron core so as to concentrate the magnetic lines of a force through the coil. And also using stronger magnets, we can increase the induced EMF. So these are the ways by which we can increase the induced EMF. So this is all about the today's lesson. With this I am going to conclude here the today's lesson, and I will be back with the new video with the new lesson. Till then, thank you.